Hello YouTubers! What we are going to do today is we are going to use a heat gun to sublimate onto mugs. I'm really excited about this one because this is something I've always kind of wanted to do, but you can't really, I don't have room for a mug press. I don't want to buy one. I don't drink coffee, but occasionally you want to make one, and you can totally do it with one of the heavy duty industrial heat guns. It's actually really easy and gives you really good results. Much to my amazement, I thought it would be a little bit harder than it is. It's fairly easy. I would highly recommend doing it in the winter when it's not 800 degrees. But with a couple of tweaks, you can get some pretty good results. They're dishwasher safe. I've run this one through the dishwasher in my tester cup. You can use standard like sublimation prints from one of the printers, or you can also use the Cricut Infusible ink sheets too. So this is a pretty cool idea. So I'm gonna show you what you need. All right, so first thing you need is a ceramic cup specially coated for sublimation. You go to the Dollar Tree and buy a cup. It may work, but it's probably not going to work. This has a coating on it and is meant for sublimation. Any ceramic or aluminum that you want to try to sublimate on, you need to make sure it has a coating for it. And you can feel the coating on here. It's not inside and it's not on the bottom. So, but especially coated cup for sublimation. Now, the big thing to make this work is the heat gun. This is a big honking heat gun from Amazon. It has 1800 watts. I actually got it for the wood burning. Now, you're going to need this guy. This little guy for heating embossing on cards is not going to work. You're going to need the big boy. But I got this guy for about $20. You can get more expensive ones, but this one has done really well for quite a lot of stuff. I've been doing this on one of my Teflon pressing pillows because, as you can imagine, it gets really hot. And your cup gets really hot too. You might want some gloves to take off the transfer. I've just kind of been winging it, but if you do this a lot, you probably want some gloves to grab it. You can't let the transfer sit on the cup because it'll keep soaking on the color and you'll end up with a really dark design. So you do need to get it off pretty quick. And then some heat tape, because obviously we're going to make the cup hot. And then whatever you want to make as your transfer. This is just one I printed off my Sawgrass. You can also use the Cricut Infusible inks. They're a bit more difficult to work with, but if you don't have a printer, they'll totally work. They're just a little bit more difficult to work with. You can also find people that will print them for you off like Etsy. My local vinyl shop will print transfers for you, and they do need to be mirrored. So let me go set this up and we'll print it, and then we will go over some of the things to watch out for. All right, so this is really quick. I just wanted to, I feel bad not showing you at least how to print it. These are the designs that we're going to put on the cup. None of the designs are mine today. I grabbed them all from various places. I'll leave a link down below to all of them. But we're just in Silhouette Studio. You can use any program. Corel will work too. Adobe, any of those. So just pull in your design. And I've been making sure they're between 2.5 and 2.75 inches tall because our cups are roughly 3 inches tall. So that's a big thing to be careful of. And then I have a Sawgrass, so I print to the Sawgrass print manager. And then our little print manager will come up. And I have the ceramic glass. We're using the TRX paper. And then the big thing is you're going to mirror it. Auto select. And then I have a color set as vivid. But do make sure you're going to mirror it because you're going to flip it. Standard paper. And we are going to print. Alright, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to take our transfer, tape it on, and then heat it up with the heat gun. So, a couple of things to keep in mind for that. We need a really round cup, or one with like a flat surface, because if it doesn't sit flat, that's where the ghosting comes from, is this edge wasn't flat on the mug, and that's where some of this ghosting has come from. Also, for this one, you get a bit of ghosting in the middle, and I think what happened with that one is I accidentally heated it up a bit much. I don't know if you can tell, there's a bit of a brown mark in here, and I think I might have burnt it. So keep the gun moving, because I think if it gets a little too hot in the middle, gets a little too hot, it'll burn. So basically what we're going to do is you're going to heat it up until you can see the design come through the back of the paper. So this is the one I just printed, and see how you can't really see the design. So you can see the design. So basically we heat it up till you can see the design come through. If you want to use the Cricut, this is Cricut Infusible ink. What makes it tricky is it doesn't really come through the back, so you're kind of having to wing it a little bit. You can see a little bit when you have it on here, you can see a little bit of it will bleed out, and that's kind of how you know you're done, but I still ended up with some areas that weren't as dark. The other thing with the Cricut inks is you're going to have to take off, it comes with this plastic backing on it, little plastic backing on it. You're going to have to take that off and then tape it on here. This backing won't let it get warm enough. So keep that in mind. So if you have any like letters that you cut out, or like an E, you would have to tape in all of the insides. So keep that in mind. But it's totally doable. And I would also make sure to advise you actually have extra cups on hand, because you're probably going to mess up. You're kind of winging it here. This is a bit of a workaround. The mug press would give you far more consistent results than this method is going to give you. And by all means, if you're going to mug press the world or do mug presses or like cups professionally, I would definitely recommend buying one. They're not that expensive, but if you want to make like a mug for grandma or a mug for your friend, totally an awesome way to do this. So, because that is a very clean result, but that was like my third one I did. So we worked out some of the boo-boos. This is the other thing I wanted to show you. It's a much more subtle design, but there's supposed to be like a wolf there. You can see him when I printed it on fabric. Woo! You can see him there. There's a wolf. So you're going to do better on the ceramics, it seems, with like a much more colorful, contrasting design. It seems like if you have a more subtle design, it's not going to transfer as well. So keep that in mind when you are trying to pick out designs for this. And you probably could do a bigger wrapped design if you tape it really, really well, and then just kind of keep like a hot edge, almost like a wet edge, but just keep a hot edge and continuously move your cup. Now, standing over there with a heat gun, it's warm. So keep that in mind too. And you would need to keep it heated all the way through. It's not something you can stop and come back to. You might be able to, but it would take a lot. So, but you probably could do that with some experimentation. So let's go do our cup. All right. So I like to use the Kleenex box as kind of a holder for these guys, because you need like another set of hands. And then this is our design. And basically what I like to do with the heat tape is tape it from the side. So what I like to do is tape it from the side. That seems to get it the flattest on here. So tape it down, and then it needs to be really tight, and then tape this side down. And then more tape is better. So if you have any gaps or stuff, you definitely need to redo this. And then I like to tape top and bottom as well. So, see how it's really taped up well? Now we're going to go heat press it. Alright, so over here on my counter, this is my Teflon pressing pillow. The Teflon's meant to can withstand 400 degrees, so that's why I'm using it. Make sure you don't have anything that's going to melt, because it'll get a bit warm. And then I have this guy, he's set up to almost high. But it's set up pretty high. And then we're just going to heat gun and keep moving, and then our design will get darker. Alright, so now this will take several minutes. It's not a quick process, but I don't know if you can tell. You can really see the design now where you couldn't before. And basically at this point we are going to take it off and see how we did. Now, if this doesn't go very well, you can try, or if you haven't transferred enough of it, you can try putting the paper back down real quick and seeing if you can get it to adhere, or get it to go back to the gun and see if you can get it to work a little bit better. It's hot. Oh, okay. So see over here, we are a little bit lighter. So, but it's for me, so it will work. Alrighty, so I've let this cool down so I can handle it. It does look like I didn't get enough heat here. Normally it seems like top and bottoms kind of are the part that wants to fade. So you could have tried to put it back down and heat this up again and kind of press your luck and see if you get it to be darker or if it just kind of ghosts on you. But I kind of don't mind it. It kind of means that it's actually handmade and it's for me. I call it handmade charm. So, but that's all there is to it. And then I did put this one on the back. If you do want to put something on the other side, I'd recommend while you already did this and the mug's already hot, to go put on something if you want something on the back or something here, since it's kind of less work on the heat gun to already heat it up while it's already hot. I hope you liked. It's nice to know you can do this without having to buy a mug press and more stuff or your craft room. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and I'll be back with another video soon.